Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to, sort of a different type of video here on the channel. In this video, we will be ranking the top 10 trios in the world as of right now. This video is being made right before FNCS Week 2, so I know, someone's probably going to win, grand finals that I didn't even mention and just make me look like an absolute clown, but it is what it is. Keep in mind, as you're watching this video, this is completely my opinion. I know literally all of you will probably have different opinions or think that some trios should be put up there, but I spent a lot of time researching and producing this video, so if you did drop a like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and here's the top 10 trios in my opinion in the world. Starting off in the number 10 position, with one of the most underrated teams coming out of NA East, we need to talk about Bucke, Kreo, and Khanada. This trio has gone under the radar of lots of people, but is arguably one of the best in the world. To start off, Bucke and Kreo have been dominating duos ever since the Winter Royale, and both qualified for the Solo World Cup, with Kreo placing 4th and bagging himself $1 million. Additionally, Khanada fit right into their trio perfectly, being one of the most dominant Chapter 2 players. They do a great job playing mid-ground and are looking really good in these stacked lobbies. Additionally, for now, they have Slurpee uncontested, which will be really strong for future weeks of FNCS. For some of their accomplishments, they place in the money for all 5 weeks of the Season 3 Trio Cash Cups. Additionally, they won the EMAD GG Cup in Week 3 of the Ninja Battles. But arguably their best accomplishment is winning Week 1 of FNCS. They beat out Jamper, Bugha, and Avery, who had Stark uncontested, showing that this trio can really just go up head-to-head against these Tier 1 pros. So yeah, boys, do not count out and keep your eyes on Bucke, Kreo, and Khanada. Coming out of Oceania, our number 9 spot has to go to Jynx, Worthy, and Alecc. To start off this trio, you have the god Jynx, who just recently won Oceania's solo FNCS. Additionally, they have Worthy, who is Oceania's highest ranked player with nearly $100,000 in earnings. Worthy is also so dominant in Oceania that he has the 4th best power ranking in the world, above players like Clix, Bugha, and Mongraal. Adding Alecc in another insane Oceania pro, boasting $35,000 in earnings, this trio cannot be stopped. Not only did they win the FNCS Trio Warm-Up, but they have also won 2 Trio Cash Cups and placed top 5 in 4 others. Winning the FNCS Warm-Up was monumental for this team, because they then went on to get 2nd place in the FNCS Week 1, showing why they are one of the most dominant Oceania trios. Potentially the most dominant team that the world has ever seen, the number 8 spot goes to King, RustyZK, and VKS 100UM. Most of you guys may not know about this team coming out of Brazil, and I wasn't quite aware of their dominance until recently. Some of you guys may remember that cracked 13-year-old from Brazil who bullied Tfue, got 5th place in the Solo World Cup, and won $900,000. That's King, and those are only the start of his accomplishments. King won the 2nd solo FNCS qualifier, got 2nd in the 3rd qualifier, and finished it off by winning the entire tournament in $20,000. Not only did they win the Opens, semis, and finals, but the craziest part is how they won 11 out of their 12 games. What am I looking at, bro? I'm not even joking. This team, out of the 12 games against the best Brazilian pros, won 11 of them. That type of consistency and just dominance is completely unseen. No other trio has ever done that, and it just shows that they will absolutely destroy the Brazil region. The number 7 trio on this list goes to Zate, Saf, and Stretch. I know a lot of you might be mad at me for not ranking them higher, but 7th is still insanely good. If you follow competitive, you have to know about this dominant trio. Zate and Saf are OG GOATs. They started their conquest of Fortnite competitive way back during events like the Summer Skirmish and have continued to dominate since. just Zay and Saf combined got 4th place in the Duo World Cup and won the FNCS Duo Finals, showing that, these two players and adding on Stretch are just insane at the team game modes. The reason why I'm not ranking this trio higher is because currently they are dropping at Doom's Domain, which is contested. They're getting contested, and they do well while being contested. I don't think this gives them a good shot at winning. For example, in the FNCS Week 1, they placed 28th out of 33 teams, which is much worse than people expected them to do. However, I'm sure if they can ego Dooms and get Dooms uncontested, I'm sure they will potentially win the whole thing. But for now, they're going to have to settle for the 7th place on my list. Alright, and the number 6 spot on my list goes to Bugha, Jamper, and Avery. I don't even know if I need to talk about this trio. Just to start off, you have Bugha, the World Cup winner, and then adding on Jamper and Avery, 2 of the most insane and underrated NA East pros. And so yeah, this trio is just filled with talent and has been performing very, very well recently. So to start off, they won the FNCS warm-up semifinals in the War Legends practice tournament, and additionally got 4th in the Week 6 of Ninja Battles. So I would, rank this trio a little bit higher. However, I believe there might be some potential troubles for them in the future. So hear me out. So currently, Bugha, Jamper, and Avery are dropping uncontested at Stark Industries. This has proven to be very beneficial just because Stark Industries is just a very OP location. However, I do not really see them keeping it uncontested just since it's a strong location. I feel like some other team will drop on them. If they can keep it uncontested, I do think that they have a very, very high chance at, placing top 3 in the trio FNCS. However, for now, the 6th spot seems like a good place for them. Alright boys, moving over to Craggy Cliffs, we need to talk about this Season X trio FNCS winners, Zexrow, Mackwood, and Calc. So this is, one of the most OG trios competing this season. Zexrow, Mackwood, and Calc go all the way back to when Mackwood and Calc participated in a Duo World Cup together. To the 7th place finish in the Duo World Cup, you add on BBG Calc, one of the most toxic but mechanically skilled players who also qualified for the Duo World Cup and got 1st in the FNCS Solo Finals Week 1 and 1st in the Duo Finals Week 1. Additionally, Mackwood, another beast of a player, you have an unstoppable force. This trio was so insanely cracked that they won the Season X Trio FNCS, bagging $100,000. And then after the next season, got 2nd in the Squad FNCS, winning $18,750, and recently got 2nd place in the FNCS warm-up. Those numbers are insane to think about and shows why these 3 players thrive together and are the kings of team game modes. Zexrow, Calc, and Mackwood have potential to be the best trio in the world. They proved that back in Season X, but unfortunately they did not perform great in FNCS Season 1, but I'm sure they will be able to come back and dominate. Moving over towards my home region of NA West, there is one clear GOAT trio in this region. Arkrham, Epik Whale, and Rehx. Epik Whale, who placed 3rd in the Solo World Cup, 1st in the Solo FNCS Qualifier 4, 1st in the Bugha Throwback Cup, 1st in the Solo FNCS Invitational Week 2, 1st in the Duo FNCS on Controller, and is currently ranked 1st in the world for power rankings with over $1 million in earnings. Then you add an Arkrham, who I believe is the world's best stacked solo player due to his pure consistency, such as winning the Session 3 Solo FNCS August DreamHack Finals, multiple solo cash cups, and winning the Solo Invitational FNCS. Statistics like that show that why this trio has been dominating so much. To start off, they won 4 daily trio cash cups. They won 4 trio cash cups, 3 champion cash cups, and also placed 2nd in the Week 1 Opens, 2nd in the semis, and won the FNCS warm-up. Additionally, to top it all off, they won the FNCS Week 1. These placements alone show how this trio has been absolutely destroying the NA West region. The uncontested Doom's Domain is just so strong for them, and all 3 of them just being insane players, just like they're unstoppable, man, and I'm sure that this trio will definitely be able to bring home the NA West region. The number 3 spot on our trios list has to go to debatably the most cracked trio in EU, Mongraal, Mitro, and Tayson. I don't even know if I need to list off these players' accomplishments, and this trio just has too many to count, but here it goes. To start off, Mongraal, the solo and duo World Cup qualifier, he has won too many cash cups to count, has over $500,000 in earnings, and is overall just one of the most cracked and mechanical players in the world. You add on Mitro, debatably the best player of all time, who dominated the duo World Cup with Mongraal and did it all on default keybinds. Additionally, they add on one of the most underrated EU pros who won the solo FNCS, bringing in $80,000 and a ton of clout. Mitro and Mongraal have been playing with different players as a third, such as Fremont and Milan, but have found their true success with Tayson. Even as a newer trio, they have dominated, placing first in the FNCS warm-up semis, fourth in the FNCS warm-up finals, and second in the FNCS Week 1 finals. So yeah, right now they are dropping at Stark Industries, which is contested. So, that is not great. I do not think they'll be able to win the entire tournament while being contested, so hopefully they can ego off that drop spot. But, it's like the whole story of this FNCS is teams that are uncontested at their drop spots are incredibly strong. You see teams like Epik, Whale, and King just absolutely dominating out of uncontested dooms, whereas teams that are contested don't do quite as great. So I still have a lot of confidence into this trio, and I'm sure they will be able to do very well. Finally, next up in the number 2 spot, a trio that I'm sure all of you have been waiting to see, we have to talk about Clix, Bizzle, and Illest. To start off the trio, you have Clix, the 6-time World Cup qualifier who has some of the best mechanics in the whole world, and too many first places to count. Additionally, you add on Illest, one of the best controllers as of right now, and finally Bizzle, the world's or one of the world's best IGLs. This trio is recently formed and hasn't been playing for more than a couple of weeks, but their domination has been insane recently. To start it off, in their first tournament as a trio, they placed second in the most stacked Ninja Battles tournament. They then went on to win the FNCS Week 1 Opens, place 5th in the semis, and 4th in the finals. Why I'm ranking this trio so high is, first off, they literally have some of the most skilled players in the world. They are dropping at Sweaty Sands uncontested, which is one of the strongest POIs on the map. But most importantly, they are pretty newly formed and already dominating. Think about how insane they will do with weeks and weeks of scrim, practice, and experience. So yeah, Clix, Bizzle, and Illest, they're only going up from here, and that is why I rank them as the number 2 trio in the world. And so yeah, boys, for the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm sure you guys saw this coming. The number 1 spot goes to Benjy, Savage, and Letshe. So, Benjy, just maybe, debatably the best player in the world right now. Savage, just one of the smartest players and just one of the best IGLs in the entire world. And then Letshe, one of the best controller players in the entire world. This trio is just dominant. I have a list of their accomplishments. I think it would take too long to read. But okay, so they have 3 wins in Daily Trio Cups. First in the FNCS Week 1 Opens, second in the semifinals Week 1, 14th in the Week 1 Finals, 10th in the Week 2 Cash Cup, 7th in the Week 3 Cash Cup, 1st in the warm-up semis, 6th in the Low Betty Cup, 23rd in the Mr. Savage Cup, and they won the Amar Trios Cup, and then went on to win the War Legend Invitational Tournament. This trio's fighting skills and their endgame is just unmatched, I believe, really by any trio. Each of these players just can clutch up insanely well and just make 500 IQ plays. And so yeah, this trio is just dominant. Every team in EU is scared of them, and they've been dropping 40 and 50 bombs in the opens, which is just insane. However, I do see there being some troubles ahead, so they didn't actually qualify for the heats in Week 1 due to the fact that they were being contested at Doom's Domain, meaning they were only making it to endgame about half of the games, which those times they did make it to the endgame, it went really well. But if they're contested in the grand finals, it might not be the best, but I still have so much confidence in this trio, just because they are truly just 3 GOATs. So yeah, boys, that was my top 10 trio list. I know you guys definitely did not agree with like every single trio, but it is what it is. And so yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I have some fire concept coming out in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. If you're new, please drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.